library.
And we work together on the exploration lab.
Yes, and we're a little bit nerdy.
Just a little bit. That's okay.
It's
not a bad thing.
Yes, it's a
It's
good
a great thing.
It's a
Actually, I'm a
fantastic
lot
thing.
nerdy.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, I'm a big nerd.
Okay. But we are so excited today.
Yes, this month's Maker March Exploration Lab stretches its imagination adventure.
Wait a minute.
What?
Lara, what is Maker March?
What is Maker March? Okay, so Maker March is what is called basically a movement, and what a bunch of libraries, schools, individuals, and other people have done is say, we're going to take the month of March and we are going to make. So making can be anything from I'm going to make something with Lego. I'm going to make something in my backyard with a bunch of sticks. I'm going to make something in my kitchen. I'm going to bake a cake. So making is what you want to do,
So
to create something new, to experiment, to explore, to see what you can make with things around you.
Cool. I love it. So you can even make stuff in Minecraft.
You can make stuff in Minecraft, yeah, because Minecraft is really fantastic because you can make things in a different way and experiment with things in a different way, and then take what you learn there and you can actually take it and apply it to real life. Because there's coding there, there's gardening, there's farming, you might not want to, fight a monster with a sword in real life, because if a creeper exploded in real life, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Okay.
So we are going to make something now.
We are going to make something. So we are going to make two things today. The first one is going to be a hand-powered fan, and we are going to upcycle a water bottle for that. And the second thing that we are going to make is a rubber band car, and we are going to upcycle a few different things. So this will be in our second video, so we're just going to do one thing at a time. So stay tuned, and we'll get to the making part of this video.
Yay!
Yay! Alrighty, so let's get started with the actual making part of our video. So here we have the upcycled bottle fan checklist, and this is a list of everything that has been included in your craft bag for this activity. So let's just go, hey, I need that.
wanted people to know I was here.
Okay, and Chandra is beside me. We are both off screen because our focus is going to be on the making. So the number one thing that we have here is a water bottle. You will have a water bottle included in your kit. You do need to drink it beforehand. We watered some plants with it, so you can be creative, but I wouldn't just dump it down the drain because you want to be able to use it.
It's a precious resource.
It is a precious resource. So you want 2 wide popsicle sticks. These are also, thank you, Chandra, known as tongue depressors. So, lots of uses for different things. We have a 10-inch thin wood dowel, and it's got a pointy end, so please be careful with that. 1 popsicle stick. We have a big whirl of string, but we'll give you a smaller piece of string, and a push pin. And so these have all been included in your kit. From home, you're going to need scissors, a hot glue gun, or really good sticky glue. So this is my favorite glue to use. It's a clear premium craft glue. And I get it from the dollar stores in town. The best one is by Safeway. The other thing that you will need is a pencil. And then the optional stuff that you're going to need are colored markers. I didn't bring colored tape because I have colored markers. But if you have colored tape like washi tape or funky duct tape, you can use that as well.
I have colored tape.
Okay. On the next video, we can use colored tape.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so let's put a lot of this stuff to the side, and we're going to get started with the steps. So since this is a video tutorial, we didn't actually include written instructions because it would be a lot of written instructions, so we wanted to make it accessible with videos. So the very first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take our 2 tongue depressors and with a pencil mark down kind of the middle on both of them. And these are going to be turned into the propeller of our fan.
Doesn't that look cool that we have this ruler map here?
I know, it's fantastic.
You can just do it there.
And so the reason why we included the push pin is so you can make the hole carefully in the center of your tongue depressor. So I'm going to do one, Chandra's going to do the other. We can see us both on screen. Perfect. So with your tongue depressor, you just wiggle it back and forth. And you want to be pressing it to the other side, but also not pushing because this is wood and it may splinter a little bit. So we've both got ours through.
Yep.
Now what we want to do is we want to wiggle it to make the hole a little bigger.
Can we do it from both sides?
We can do it from both sides. Okay. And from here, you have 2, 3, 4, 5. There's lots of options to get this hole even bigger because our goal, pardon my reach, is to be able to fit this pointy end of the wooden dowel through these 2 propellers. So the one option I am going to be using today, well, the first one is going to be using the scissors. So we want to twist, 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 twist. There will be a little bit of sawdust. So
in the night away.
Thank you. I don't know that song.
It's a Dire Straits song.
I don't know the Dire Straits.
I'm gonna use this screw. I'm gonna try this screw.
And so you can double check as you're making your hole a little bit bigger that it gets big enough to fit this part through.
I think the scissors are the
You think the scissors are the best? So we're going to recommend using scissors. Another option is if you have a screwdriver, you may you have a nail, you're going to try a nail. So there's lots of different ways that you can make the hole a little bit bigger. My favorite is using the end of scissors. These ones are quite sharp, so if you have sharp scissors like mine, be careful.
I'm actually liking this.
You're liking the nail one? Okay.
Yeah, because it's got these little pointy bits here. And then I think, but I want to try this way.
Okay. So from here, we can set these pieces aside and we can grab our water bottle. So I am going to take off.
Oh,
it looks like it fits. I think it's close enough for now.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is take off the paper. Make sure to recycle your paper.
Here.
Oh, Chandra's going to recycle the paper. Thank you. Our water bottle is still a little bit wet because we only just fed the plants with this. It's okay if your water bottle is still a little bit wet. So just like before, we are going to be using the push pin and we need to make 3 holes in our water bottle and they have to be able to fit this piece of dowel as well. So the first hole we're going to make is in the top. So there's one. And this has to go through the lid. The second hole we're going to make is in the bottom. This one may be tricky depending on the bottom of your water bottle because mine is very, very bendy. Yours might be a different style. So when you're trying to get the hole in through the bottom, you might not want to go through the very bottom because that's very, very hard plastic, and go a little bit to the side. If you go to the side, that is A-okay. And like I said, it might take a little bit. You just gotta wiggle, 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 wiggle. And eventually, it should go through.
You know, I was just thinking that if we had left the water in, it wouldn't squish the bottle.
It wouldn't squish the bottle if we left the water in. You're quite correct.
But then you'd have a bottle with a hole in it.
We would, but
And
that's
water
okay.
you
I'm gonna
can-
swap to my scissors, and I'm gonna.
But that's the fun part about making is that there's no real right way
There's
of
no
doing it.
right and wrong, but the number one thing that we would like to make sure that you are doing is being safe. This guy is being very, very tricky. I'm gonna move slightly to the side and see if I can get through the plastic here. I'm gonna cut some of this out of the video. Yeah, it's like super, super thick.
What if we had the hot glue gun and used it to poke the hole?
Use the hot glue gun to poke? Yeah, we could try that.
Well, if we plug it in because it's hot, right?
Yeah. Smart lady.
All right, so poke that. Do the hole on the inside. Oh yeah. Oh, that went too fast. Careful. That was a surprise, I bet.
Yup.
Oh, you have to poke the hole. Don't forget to tell them how to poke the hole.
Poke the hole.
And where are they going to poke it?
Okay, and then for the side, probably around the middle. And you just want to wiggle, wiggle. Okay, that one was nice and easy. Thank you. And from here, what we want to do is widen the hole. There's my hole. Widen the hole a little bit, because this is where our string is going to be coming out of the water bottle. So you want to be able to fit the string through there.
And it's pretty, I just want to point out that this is really flimsy plastic, so it's really easy to make your hole too big really fast.
So it's actually okay if this hole is bigger, and it's actually okay if this hole is bigger. Both of them are okay.
You just want to be careful.
Yes, and you don't want to hurt yourself with any sharp objects. Okay, so we're still struggling with this hole. So give us a second and we'll figure out how to do it. Do you know how to do it? We cry.
No need to cry.
Aha! Okay, so I had to go a little bit further to the side, and there we are. That's our hole. So I'm just gonna widen this up a little bit. Not too wide, so I'm gonna go a lot slower. All we need to do is be able to fit the dowel in here. So if I go in here, oh, the fit is perfect. And actually, I can demonstrate. There we go. So that's our end goal, is sneaking this through the water bottle. I'm just gonna make this hole a little bit bigger, just so it can spin nicely.
Nice job, Sarah.
Thank you, Chandra. Okay, so at this point, I'm actually gonna take my lid off, and we are going to feed our string in through the water bottle. So this is gonna be the hardest part. I'm gonna close my scissors.
Do you need like a needle or something?
There's a couple ways that we can actually do this, and I will show you.
All right, I'm looking forward to
Okay,
it.
so we want about the full length of our string. So yours is going to be cut already. Ours is going to be about 40 inches, which is roughly almost a meter, so 100 centimeters. And from here, what we want to do is tie the very, very end onto the pointy end of our stick. And you may say, Lara, that seems a little silly. Don't worry.
No, I'm not going to say that at all, Lara.
Because it's not going to fall off. But what we're going to do
work.
is where the pointy end of your stick is,
you need a third hand?
You can feed it through the side of your water bottle.
That's
and
really
pull it through that way.
But don't pull it all the way through.
Don't pull it all the way through. We want to pull it about halfway. And now what we need to do is the tail that comes out of the water bottle, we need to tie it very, very, very tightly onto the middle of this stick. So I've tied it once. I'm going to wrap it around, tie it again. And then from here, I'm going to knot it many, many times.
Could we even put a little dollop of glue on there?
If you find that your string is not sticking and not staying, you can absolutely glue it on. But ours is pretty solid. You may even want to ask for an adult to help you tie it as tight as you can. So there's one end. And the other end, we actually have to tie to our popsicle stick. And same thing as before, I'm going to wrap it around a couple times. I'm going to tie it once. And I'm going to tie it with many, many other knots. Chandra, may I borrow your finger for a moment? Thank you.
You're welcome.
And like I said, you can ask to help or ask to borrow someone's finger so you can help, or they can help you tie it nice and tight. Okay.
Glad I could help.
I'm very glad you could help too. Okay, so from here, we're getting there. We're almost done. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set this aside and we're gonna go over here. Now this is an optional part. If you want, you can draw some fun patterns onto your sticks. Yep.
Okay.
Oops. They can be fancy, they can be unfancy, they can be phenomenal, they can be fantastic, they can be scribbles, they can be circles, they can be stripes.
You can put your name on it?
You could put your name on it. It might get a little bit hard to read when it's going fast, but that's okay. Okay, so there's mine. Okay, so the next part that we have to do is we have to put the lid through, or put the stick through the lid and the hole that we made, because we want to be able to spin this part really nice and freely. So if it's not super free, it's not spinning super free, you might want to make the hole a little bit bigger in your lid. And you can just do that by wiggling your scissors around. And there we go. Okay, now it's spinning a bit better. Perfect.
Does it matter whether it's the pointy end or the not pointy end?
It doesn't really matter. I like using the pointy end because then it fits right here.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the part that we have to do now is you want to put your propellers on. So we can slide this part away because we don't want to glue that down. And then we can put this part on as well.
Can I help you with the glue gun?
You can help me with the glue gun. So Chandra, can you put a dollop of glue right there?
Yeah.
And so what this is it's going to stick the propeller right onto the stick.
There we go.
And that's on one side, and we want to do it on the back side too, because there's two pieces of the propeller. Okay. So while your glue is drying, if your propellers move a little bit so they're not a perfect X, that's okay. And if you actually look where I put the holes, the mark for the holes, it's still not a perfect X. This one's a little bit longer because that was where I put my pencil mark, but that's okay. If you want to make a couple of these at home because you have extra pieces, you can learn and adapt the second one. Okay, so now what we need to do is we have to feed our stick back through the water bottle. So we pull our thread a little bit, we put this in here, we pull our thread a little bit more, and now we have to feed this end. So this end goes through the water bottle in that hole we made. And now this is coming together. So, I gave a bit of a spoiler of how it's going to work. So now what we need to do is we need to wind our string up, because this is it's a hand-powered fan, and it's powered by moving the string. So what you do is you take the end that is sticking out of the water bottle at the bottom, and you spin it, and you spin, 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 until you can't spin anymore. And this is going to be the handle for your fan now. So we are complete, or we have finished our hand fan.
Upcycled bottle kit?
Upcycled
bottle fan.
There we go.
Upcycled.
So are you ready to test it out? 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. There we go.
Look at it go.
Okay, and then if you use enough tension, it's actually going to wind itself back up using the momentum of your pull. So one thing I would like to do, or I would do if I was making this at home, is because you can take this apart and you can change the string on here, I would experiment with different strings. You may find that something that is coated in wax works better. You may find that a thicker string works better. You may find that fishing line might work better if you have fishing line at home.
Or even changing the length of it.
Changing the length of the string might work as well. But yeah, so here is our fan. I am going to let Chandra try. And if you notice, it does get caught a little bit, and that's just because, oops, sorry, Chandra. The yarn that we use is a little thin and it is catching on the edges of the plastic. That's okay. That just means what you could do is carefully use, if you have a bit of sandpaper or if you have some tiny scissors, you can carefully cut the edges of your hole and smooth it out a bit.
Wow, that's fun.
So now what you can do is sit beside your dog or beside your sibling or beside your parent and use the fan.
Look at that. That's cool.
I think it's cool.
Yeah. Nice job, Lara.
Nice job, Chandra.
Yay, good teamwork.
Yay! Okay, so we'll see you in the next video.
Bye. Look at this. This is so cool.
That's so cool. And you can see the pattern of it too.
Yeah.
Heck yeah! Ooh, I'm getting a nice breeze coming at me. Yeah? Oh.
Cool.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Don't get caught in the propeller.
Nope.